right, the disclaimer, one of the most powerful methods that I have here for you. And it is so powerful that even Andrew Huberman used this, whether consciously or unconsciously, in one of his latest podcasts with David Goggins. And it was also one of my favorite podcast episodes. So if you do have the time to actually go ahead and check it out, definitely go ahead and do so. But long story short, the disclaimer is where you're just very honest about the fact that you have something that you need to get off your mind, off your chest, to the prospect. Maybe you want to, for example, call them out on something, but you don't want the whole thing to land in the wrong way on the end of the prospect, right? You want them to hear you out and actually do something with what you're saying instead of just sales resistance building up. So here's a little clip of Andrew Huberman applying the disclaimer himself before asking something to David Goggins.
There's a question I've been wanting to ask you since we started, and I thought about coming in here, and I've been thinking about in the weeks ahead of this, and I'm going to just come clean and say I don't exactly know how to ask the question.
Just ask it.
So it's about relationships.
Oh, do it, man.
So as you guys can see, it's very simple. You just share with the prospect. You're like, hey, there's just something that, I really need to get off my mind, but I just don't really know how to say it in the best way possible to you. But, is it okay if I just, try my best to do it? And in that way, the prospect, is going to be drawn in, and they're going to be curious to know what you have to say. And then you can just call them out on what is actually going on. So let's say, they share with you their motivation, but you realize their motivation isn't that strong at all, and you have doubts about them becoming successful with the product that you're selling because, they need to put in some effort in order to achieve the results. Then you can literally just call them out and be like, hey, so my concern here is that, based on the motivation that you gave me, I'm not quite sure if you are going to be able to get the dreams that you want to achieve within the next year to come out because of the lack of motivation that you look like you have. But maybe I'm wrong, so if I am, please correct me. I would love to stand corrected, actually. So something like this. I hope this makes sense pretty much to you guys. The disclaimer, one of the most powerful methods that you can use, and it keeps rapport, it removes sales resistance. It's very good, it's very nice, and you can use it to, call people out in a way that is soft, walking the resistance line. This is mainly what you use it for, but you can also use the disclaimer for other reasons. Like if you wanna, ask something that is quite sensitive, you can use the disclaimer for that. So it's nothing more than just genuinely and authentically communicating. And sometimes we overthink certain things, but it can be as simple as just this.